So, welcome back. Hallöchen. Wir sind wieder zurück. Ihr habt mir ja den guten Tipp gegeben, dass ich nochmal fix rausgehen soll, weil man nur eine Stunde live gehen kann. Da habe ich auch nicht gewusst. Siehst du, wieder was gelernt von euch. Vielen, vielen Dank. Ich bin Mona. Jede Sekunde müsste Anne-Marie zu uns dazu stoßen. Ich hoffe, dass wir das jetzt hinbekommen, aber ich bin guter Dinge. Das ist immer die Live-Geschichten, ne? Die Live-Geschichten, die sind aufregend. Da bekommt ihr genau mit, wie das sonst alles funktioniert. Ich habe jetzt gerade nochmal mit UK telefoniert. Genau, dass Anne-Marie weiß, wie das jetzt geht und losgeht. Und da bekommt ihr das mit. Auch mal spannend zu sehen, oder? Bestimmt, wie das so abläuft. Das macht natürlich auch die Zeit gerade möglich, ne? Weil alles geht nur per Zoom-Interview. Da bekommt ihr ja vielleicht nicht so viel hinter den Kulissen mit, aber eben auch per Instagram Live. Und das ist ganz geil, das vielleicht mal mitzubekommen, wie das so geht. Also Anne-Marie wird uns jede Minute, jede Sekunde wird Anne-Marie dazu stoßen, hoffentlich. Und dann sind wir live mit Anne-Marie. Wir reden über ihren Song, der morgen rauskommt, zusammen mit Doja Cat, die ihr von Say So kennt, von dem viralen TikTok-Hit. Und wir reden über ihr neues Album, das rauskommt. Vielleicht finden wir zusammen raus, wann genau dieses Album kommt und welchen Titel es hat. Hoffentlich kommt sie auch wirklich. The Heartbreak Prince. 13. Ja, sie kommt. Ich glaube, ich bin guter Dinge. Genau, und dann gucken wir mal, was wir aus ihr rausbekommen zusammen wegen des Albums. Ihr könnt mir gerne dabei helfen mit euren Fragen. Gerne in diesen Fragensticker, der sich hier unten befindet. Da ist sie ja auch schon. Und nicht wundern, ich switche jetzt Englisch. There she is, waiting for Anne-Marie. That sounds great. Let's see if it happens. Yeah, there you are. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much
Hello.
for taking your time. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you too. I don't know if we are allowed to ask this question because it's like, oh, how are you? Don't get me even started right now.
I know. Yeah, I'm doing okay though. I feel like I've been on a massive roller coaster throughout lockdown. So
Yeah.
I've been up and down. But at the moment, I'm feeling okay. How are you?
That's fine. I'm fine. Thank you. We were working normally, kind of, so that's what kept me going, having a bit of routine in my daily life, so that was good. But as soon as you switch on the news or you switch on your brain and think about everything, it was like, no, stop that roller coaster in my mind. So
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
And where are you at? Are you at home
Yeah, I'm at home.
in the UK?
Yeah, it's not that good weather at the moment. So as always.
Yeah.
As always.
It's 2020. It's
Mhm.
cute that we have a summer like that where it's always raining, and that doesn't help at all. I'm in Berlin and it's the same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, what can we do about it? But you have been touring for the past, I don't know, 325 years of your life.
Yep.
And haven't been home this long in a row, I guess. How does that feel?
Yes, I feel like honestly that feels honest. Like I feel like I've been touring for ages.
Yeah.
And it was really strange for my body to just be in one place. And my mum said that it takes 4 weeks to adjust for your body to adjust to a new setting. And after 4 weeks, I wasn't adjusted.
Okay.
I was like, well, maybe 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, but it was really hard, and I had to really go back to what it felt like as a teenager, because I hadn't been home since I was a teenager. So I had to really dig deep and go back to that place and find out things that I like doing at home, and just started growing vegetables and cooking loads of food, and try to keep my mind going, not just my body. So yeah.
Perfect. I've seen that on your Instagram. You take us with you all the time. That's really, really nice. Thank you for doing that. So you had to get like kind of used to being at home with your family, catching up on some family time.
Yeah, I've really became friends with Zoom.
Yeah.
So thank God for Zoom.
Thank God.
I celebrated my birthday in lockdown, and I was so nervous about it because I've never spent a birthday on my own before. But luckily Zoom was there, and I did I did a YouTube live performance.
Yeah.
So it ended up being the biggest birthday at home on my own, which is sounds very strange, but it was amazing. So I had a really good birthday because of social media and Zoom. So there are good points to it.
Yeah, there are definitely. I've watched it a bit and it was awesome. You could see you. I could see you sparkle all the time. I could see you.
Yeah,
Yes, this is my birthday and I celebrated no matter what. So that was.
I know.
That was is there something you learned, like, so normal people things do, like doing the laundry, taking out the trash? Did you have to get used to that too? Doing the
I I
dishes?
I can't believe how quick the laundry basket fills up.
Okay.
That's a new one for me. I didn't realize how many times I'd be washing clothes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. I think it's because I live out a suitcase normally. I
Yeah.
just rotate the clothes. But being at home, I've been doing a lot of washing. Yeah, that's hard. And washing up. It's just like the normal everyday things. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize how many times I'd have to do this a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been loving cooking. I've been finding out a lot about cooking because obviously as well on tour, you just kind of have to eat whatever's there and at weird times. But at home, I've been experimenting with cooking. But I get distracted very easily, so most of it ends up burnt.
Perfect. I don't have the patience for cooking. I'm not patient enough for cooking. I don't know. It's
Yeah, it takes
pasta
long.
and pesto, and then that's it. It was really bad sometimes during quarantine, because when you took out the glass, you threw away the glass. I was like, okay, pesto, wine, bottle of pesto, bottle of wine, and I was like, okay, hey, Mona, no, that's not good. You definitely have to change that. Yeah.
That is funny.
Is there some things you are missing right now that you didn't expect? Like, you were touring so much, and then maybe you were like, oh God, how great would it be to be at home now? And now you're at home, you're like, okay, touring wasn't that bad. Is there something like that?
Exactly. I always feel like I was a few times I would be saying to my manager, I need to just have a break. I need to stop for a moment. And she always used to say, trust me, I know you. You're not gonna like it. And obviously when this all happened and I was messaging her saying, okay, when can we start moving again? She was like, I told you so. So yeah, she definitely knew that I wasn't going to like that. And I definitely need to be back on tour as soon as I can be. As soon as the venues are open and the flights are available, I need to be touring again. I just feel like that I need that feeling in my body. So yeah, I definitely miss touring. And also I realized that normally when I come home, I'm just in my house. I've hidden myself away from everyone. I don't see my friends. And as soon as lockdown happened, I realized that I would never give up that opportunity to go out and see them ever again. So whenever I'm home, I'm going to take the time to see my friends and family as much as I can and spend time with them. Yeah.
Wonderful. So is that what you take away from quarantine in this time?
Yes, never underestimate how much you need your friends and real life energy from another human being. I feel like that's so important. So yeah, I'll never take that for granted ever again.
Yeah. Lovely. That's lovely. So you've got a big day ahead tomorrow. It's the drop of your new single, right? This is what it feels like to be young. A title like that.
Yes.
Together with a Doja Cat. How did this collaboration happen?
Well, I wrote this song, I think it was October last year in LA. And I always kept this part of music open. There was no vocal on it. I just let it be space, and I had no idea what was going to happen in that space. And at the start of lockdown, Doja heard the song, and she told her manager that she loved it, and she wrote a verse to it, recorded it the next day, and sent it to me. And I remember listening to it in the car, and I had goosebumps all over my body. I couldn't believe how perfect it was. It was like we had written it together in the studio, and it was like, yeah, it was crazy. So obviously lockdown is very strange. I'd normally want to be in the studio with someone and make it like a real experience, but lockdown has made it happen in a very different way, but it's amazing, and she sounds so beautiful on it. So I'm really excited for people to hear.
Wow, I'm really excited too. It's not you put some snippets on your Instagram and it sounds really different already, I guess.
Yeah,
Different? Yeah.
it is a very different song. I feel like the music was very I don't even know what the word is, but it feels like it puts you in a space, a
Yeah.
different space, and all of what I was trying to say in the song was, when I was a teenager, I always felt the pressure of people asking me what my plan was for life, and what I was, what my career was going to be, or what I'm meant to be doing for the rest of my life, and I had no idea. I was just,
Yeah.
I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I always felt so stressed when I'd get asked that question. So I just wanted to put in a song like, it's okay to not know what you want to do at the moment. Don't worry too much about the future, and just have fun while you're young, and be messy and
Yeah.
careless, and trust me, you're going to miss it when you're older.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
yeah, I just wanted to have that feeling. So I feel like the music really attaches itself to that kind of feeling, you know?
Perfect. Wonderful message. So this is what it is like to be young for you. But what's the difference maybe when you're young and the whole world is watching, just like in your case?
It's very strange because I'm still learning myself, and I'm still figuring myself out, and life, and learning new things. So it's really hard to really say what you want to say, because you're always scared about if it's wrong, or if I'm going to end up changing my opinion in the future. So
Yeah.
it's really scary, but I do try and be as open and honest as possible, and I try and talk about things like mental health, and try and keep people happy on my socials. But again, it is scary because I don't know everything, and I feel like people look to me and want some answers, and
Yeah, yeah,
I
sure.
don't quite know everything.
Yeah.
So I think as long as, I feel like my fans are so amazing, and I feel like they really, really just get me, and they do understand that I'm going to make mistakes, and I think that's the beauty of being honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like people need to understand that you're going to be wrong sometimes, but it's okay to admit that and move forward and grow from it.
Yeah. That's just perfect. Thank you for doing that. For being
Yeah.
open, for giving away so much of you and your personality and your soul. So that's really, really great. Do you think you can express yourself more in your songs because they are really personal and really directly, I think, or in words when you speak?
I feel well, I guess in a song you are trying to put everything into 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sometimes hard to get everything you want to say, but it's also the moment where I feel like I can just let everything off my chest. So I feel like in a song it's easier to pinpoint a specific emotion,
Yeah.
and always remember it. Whenever I'm performing it live, I always go back to that moment. Whereas when you're talking, I have an issue of going off and talking about
Yeah.
everything else apart from how I'm feeling. So I feel like in a song it's much easier for me to talk about how I feel. That's why I always say to people, even if you can't write a song or you don't know how, writing down how you feel helps your heart and your head so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I've tried this recently and it really works out for me too. Just writing it
Yay.
out of my mind and then I throw it away and it's all right. That's
Yes.
perfect. So this single will be on your second album. Let's talk about your second album that's coming. And
Yeah.
Marie too with the hashtag. Have you decided for a title yet?
Well, I've been trying to decide between three different options,
Okay.
and I don't know what one it is yet, but I feel like it needs to just make sense. Like Speak Your Mind, my first album, made sense because that was just totally what I was trying to do with every song. With this one, I feel like I learned so much from the first album, and I've written with very different people and different producers, and I've just grown so much that I need a title that just explains how I'm feeling at this moment in time. So Yeah, who knows? No one knows yet, so we'll
Okay.
see.
And do you have a release date yet? Someone wrote, "Make Anne-Marie blink 4 times when it comes out this year." And I found that really great. That was a smart one.
Well, we obviously, when you're in a normal world where
Yeah.
without lockdown and stuff like that, you normally I normally have released the album and then gone on tour straight away so I can perform the songs around the world, and people can sing them with me and learn the lyrics. But obviously that's not going to happen until next year, and I don't think I can wait until next year. So hopefully it's coming out this year. I have no idea yet
Okay.
when. Yeah.
Okay. When exactly? Okay. How far are you with the album then? Is it done already, or is it 90% done, or?
Yeah, I think about 90%. I feel like I had a lot of it done before lockdown, which was great. But also I've been recording at home, so I've been finishing off little bits in my living room, which has been very strange,
Yeah.
but cool. And I feel like I've been writing, I've been doing a lot more new songs more recently. I feel like my brain works in a way where I have to finish a project and then move on.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to tell myself that this album is done, and then I can start writing new songs. But it always happens last minute. Same with Friends. I wrote my whole first album was done, and then I wrote Friends after I finished it, and that ended up being a single and on the album.
Yeah.
So I think even songs now that I'm writing will be pushed onto it. So
Okay.
it's always a working project.
Okay, it's in progress. I see. I do have the feeling, and correct me if I'm wrong, that with the single birthday and your social media, we kind of jumped in a new era with you, in kind of the pink Anne-Marie era. Is that true? Is this maybe the second album too, kind of a new era for you?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it puts this part of my life into a thing. And
Okay, yeah.
it's so cool because when I'm older, I can look back at this album and listen to this album, and I'll be able to know how I felt at this time. It's almost like a diary.
Yeah.
It's like how people look at diaries, and they can see. I think that's why I have to write about stuff that I'm going through, because it always will mean something forever. So I'm not just like taking songs from other people and singing about stuff that I don't really care about, but I know that it's going to be a catchy song. I can't do that. So I feel like that my albums are like diaries, and I love that I'll always be able to look back on it and know where I was at that time.
Okay, perfect. Can you tell us where you are at now, like maybe personally or mentally, doing the second album?
Yeah, I feel like in a much better place. I feel like the first album I was going through a lot of heartache, and I was experiencing a lot of bad boyfriends and stuff like that. So a lot of the songs on the album were a bit angry, and which I love. I love singing those ones. So I loved it. But with this album, I feel like I just had the chance to just sit and think about loads of other different things. So like Birthday, for example, I feel like that is such a fun song for me because birthdays are the best days ever, and just experiencing that with other people is great, and experiencing other people's birthdays is so cool. So just putting that as the first song just set the scene for the rest of the album. And To Be Young is again another experience that isn't about love. It's not about heartbreak. It's about everything that happened when I was younger, and I feel like that's what the theme of the whole album is going to be. It's just putting everything into one little place and learning, and what I've learned from the first album is put into this one. So hopefully people like it.
Yeah, they will. I'm sure they will. So, what's the biggest difference, maybe, from the past Anne-Marie writing the first album and the now Anne-Marie writing the second one?
I feel like I learned a lot about writing. So the first album, I feel like I didn't even know that other people were going to hear it. I
Yeah.
honestly just, I was in the studio. I was very inside myself. I was writing it for me. I didn't know if anyone else was going to hear it. It was just very, very, very personal. And it was just luck that people liked it, and I couldn't believe it, because it was really meant just for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy that people started listening to it all around the world. And so I feel like with this album, I've tried to get out of myself a little bit, just remove too much of it being just for me.
Mm-hmm.
And now I want to write it for other people. I want to write songs for other people to listen to and for them to have experiences with and create memories with. So I feel like I've switched my writing style up a little bit.
Okay. Is it maybe that you now think about it while you write, that people gonna hear it, and that you don't want to give away too much of yourself, maybe some topics?
No, I honestly feel like I feel like I'm just so open to being completely honest in a song, that's where the best songs come from.
Yeah.
So I'm never scared to give away little details or secrets or anything in a song. So yeah, it'll always be like that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what gives them a soul, right? I love
Yeah.
that. You once said in an interview that when you started writing music, you were driven by the thought of, oh, hopefully everyone's gonna like me, and hopefully everyone's gonna like my music and everything. And I've got the feeling that you're past that. So what are you driven by now?
I feel like when I'm in the studio, I think about what the song will sound like at a show.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
I really have to think about everything, because the first album, there are some songs that I couldn't ever play live because I didn't think about how it was going to sound on stage, because it's always different.
Mm-hmm.
So with this album, I've tried to really think about how it will feel on stage, if people can move to it.
All right.
Which helped a lot, I think, with like the tempo and the vibe of everything. So I learned that a lot from the first album. And yeah, I think just thinking about being on stage with those songs and at festivals,
yeah,
and seeing people sing it back, it made a big difference to how I wrote that.
Okay, perfect. So then maybe we can do some fan questions if you want to. I've got some here. Why are you so amazing? Oh wow, you're the greatest. Let me check some. When is your next song coming out? Favorite color? Blink 4 times in a row. I have to do it again. Blink 4 times in a row if you drop in the album this year. I love that question.
Oh, I'm gonna I mean, I don't know what my label is gonna say about this, but I'm gonna do this.
Yay! you can just say to your label, oh, there was something in my eye, a fly.
Yeah.
That wasn't meant to be something. So let me just quickly go through the questions. Maybe one more. How is Ed Sheeran doing? Yeah, well.
Oh, he's good. He's great. We've been working a lot together over lockdown, obviously over Zoom and not in real life. But he's one of my favorite people, and we had to recreate the moment of 2002 because it was so great, and he's such an amazing writer that he's amazing. He's doing well.
That's fine. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
One more. Oh God, there are so many. I have to be quicker. Are there any ballads on the album? Yeah, they're a good one, because you talked a lot about having fun, having a party. Birthday is a really party song. So are there any ballads on the album?
Yeah, I think there are a couple. I didn't want to put too many on there. I did a song called Her, which is about my mom, and it's just with a piano. But I think yeah, just a couple.
Okay, just a couple. And what about features? There are rumors going on about the feature with Lil Mix.
Yeah. Well, I actually got so excited about creating this album because I'd made so many great friendships with people in the industry and different artists that I really wanted to reach out and create the perfect album that I feel like is perfect. Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely going to be other features on there. There's definitely collaborations on there. I love collaborating with people, so there will be loads of that.
Perfect. So that would it be for now. Thank you so much, Anne-Marie.
Thank
I wish you all
you.
the best. Take care of yourself, and I wish you a really happy and great and wonderful release day tomorrow, and for the album, of course. I'm really
Thank you
excited
so
about it.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you for taking the time. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so that was the interview with Anne-Marie. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will post it in our Instagram story so that you can rewatch it 24 hours. And yeah, then we do a little highlight video and post it here on Instagram and on our YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's the Energy Music Only YouTube channel. If you like this interview, we're doing this a lot, so then maybe you would like to follow our Instagram account. I am Mona. You can of course also follow me. Thanks everyone for watching, and take care of yourself, and hopefully we see us soon. Bye.